My name is Estelle and I live in Belton, Missouri, and I've been here for 12 years. I'm a French immigrant. I have two children, and they both French-American. They have double nationality, so they can, they can go everywhere they want in Europe. They can study later in Europe if they want to, but they're also American. Both of them were born in Kansas City. When I first came to America, I came to learn English. My parents own a business in France. The program I was going through allowed me or to go to England or to come to the United States. So I decided, why not? I maybe never will have that, that chance again to go to the States. So that's what I did. And when I came, I met Jimmy, and then we went into a relationship. So back and forth. I came, and then I had to go back home, and then we were kind of going, into a long distance relationship. When you come on a just tourist visa, you can come for 3 months. So after my 3 months was up, I had to fly back home, and then wait a little bit. I will wait about 2 or 3 weeks, then flying back. And I did that for about almost 2 years. But towards the end, it started to get harder because they started to ask more questions. Why are you traveling back and forth between France and the States? Do you play, they're afraid you're going to stay in the States. So do you have a boyfriend? Because if you have a boyfriend, well, you're going to try to stay, So it was starting to get harder to come. So to one point we had to make a decision, how we're going to handle that.
Right.
And that's when we decided to get married. And then they also ask you, how can you afford all that? Do you want Americans' wealth? And luckily, when I went home, I was working for my parents, and my parents own their own business, so I really didn't have any expenses at home. So I would go home, work a little bit, and come back. I was not allowed to work here. I never worked before I got married. After I got married, I was able to work, but before that, so they just want to make sure you had resources enough that you don't come just here on the tourist visa, but you get a job. So I was just saying, hey, my parents, they're backing me up, and if I need money, I can. It was a little bit of a lie, but I work, but and because I told them I didn't have a boyfriend, that I was just traveling, visiting friends, and and that's how it all started. So, and that's why we're like, oh my gosh, one day they're going to refuse you. They're going to say, no, you cannot come anymore. You're coming too often, So, and that's why we decided to get married. We got married in Vegas because it was the easiest way paperwork-wise. Then I was able to apply for a green card. I had to get some of my paper, and translate, and then we applied for all the paperwork. So we decided to go through the process by ourselves, and then we went in front of the immigration agent, and they asked us questions, and that was it. And then what was fun is we started to fight in front of the agent. Yes, we did not agree on some dates and other events, and she just, and I remember that for the rest of my life. She just looks at us and say, "You guys married." I'm not an American citizen, but I'm a resident. I'm allowed to stay here, and I'm allowed to work, but they can still kick me out of the country if they want to. I had to show addresses, where I live. You have to pay some fees. You can get a driver license before you can have your green card. I got my driver license 2 weeks after I got here. And I got a social security card before I got even my green card. I'm the only one here. My entire family, my friends, everybody is there. No, I did not plan on staying. You need to find a balance between who you are and who you become. It's hard. You don't have a country no more. Because here, you're always going to be a foreigner, no matter what. When you go home, you're not French anymore. you moved to America. You became American in their eyes. And then you get the stereotype of the foreigners are taking jobs or, stay in your country or. I don't let it bother me because there's nothing you can do. They're just closed-minded.